quite a few pods ago, we talked about the UFO compilation movies. Remember those? They were used to launch the series in Italy.
That's right, I do remember.
Yep. We spoke about how the success of those films also led to Italian cinema compilations for both The Protectors and for Space 1999, if you remember. Mm-hmm. In fact, the 1999 compilation, Spazio 1999, I should say the 1999 in Italian, but I don't know how to say that, was recently released on Blu-ray in the UK as part of Network's Super Space Theatre collection.
Nice.
Well, today we are going back to Italy to look at the involvement of the country's state broadcaster, RAI, or RAI, depending on how you want to say it, with the production of the first... RAI?
I think so.
Not RAI, RAI, you think?
I think it's RAI, like Rai Uno.
Oh, right.
I think that's how they say it, having been to Italy a couple of times.
Oh, you're the expert. I've only been once and I didn't watch any telly. So, RAI. And, well, their involvement in the production of the first series of Space 1999. Uh-huh. Because as it says in the end credits, the show was a co-production between Group 3 Productions, the three being Dad, Sylvia and Reg Hill, and RAI/RAI, which meant that a substantial chunk of the show's budget came from Italy. More on that later. But that money meant that the Italian investors did hold some creative control over the show itself, as happens when there's a co-funding model, as they did with several other co-productions with ITC, from the early 1970s, including the miniseries Jesus of Nazareth and Moses the Lawgiver.
Okay.
So, if you've seen the UFO to Space 1999 video on our YouTube channel by the Marvellous Chris Dale, then you will know that two of the show's main characters, Sandra and Alan, were meant to be Italian characters played by Italian actors. Obviously, that fell through for various reasons, and thankfully we got the much-loved Xenia Merton and Nick Tate instead. Not casting aspersions on the abilities of those Italian actors. They might have been amazing, but Xenia and Nick, brilliant.
Yeah.
However, the Italians still wanted some kind of representation on the show, understandably. Makes sense, they put the money in. Now, in some series, when you have money invested from other countries in the production, you might go and film episodes in those countries.
Yeah.
For instance, a later ITC action series, Return of the Saint, which was also co-financed by our Italian friends, filmed plenty of episodes in Italy because the show's format easily allowed that.
Okay,
now,
yes.
Obviously, being stuck on the moon meant that Space 1999 wasn't really able to go and shoot in Italy, and that's why in 4 of the final 6 episodes of the first season, you have Italian actors parachuted in to play guest Alphans instead. These were... Oh dear, I'm going to have to say Italian actor names, aren't I?
Great.
Giancarlo Prete in The Troubled Spirit, Carla Romanelli in Space Brain, Gianni Garco, or it must be, or is it Jarco, do you think? Probably is Garco. Gianni Garco.
Yeah.
My dogs are very excited here. In Dragon's Domain. And also Maria Guerini. Guerini? In The Testament of Arcadia. Now, I apologise to anyone who actually speaks Italian or is Italian for what just happened there. I even tried to use the dogs to cover it up, but it didn't work. The job of selecting those actors was Sylvia's, and she made some good choices from a rather limited pool of Italian actors who were A, able to speak English, and B, famous enough to Italian audiences to make them worth hiring. So that is probably quite a small then crossover.
Yes, that's right.
Overall, though, these actors did pretty good work, particularly Giancarlo in Troubled Spirit and Gianni Garco in Dragon's Domain, both of which are episodes that rely heavily on their performances, so good job, both of them.
Yeah.
It's quite incredible when you consider that some of them were probably facing a bit of a language barrier, particularly also Maria Guerini, who seems to have been almost completely redubbed in Arcadia by legendary voiceover artist Robert Rietti.
Ah, wow. Okay.
So many names in here for me to get wrong. It's brilliant.
Yes.
Now, going into the second season, the RAI logo does not appear on the end credits, as they weren't involved in the show anymore. We're not aware of RAI being unhappy with the first season, as the show was quite a big hit in Italy when it was first shown, so there could be several reasons for them not returning. Maybe there wasn't time to get a deal sorted out. Maybe they didn't like dealing with ITC. Who knows? But
yeah.
One of the criticisms that's often made against the second season is that it looks a bit cheaper compared to the first. Well, that might be because of just how much money that RAI put into the first season but didn't put into the second. We don't have the exact details, but it's rumoured to have been about a third of the show's budget. which probably makes sense for a Copro.
Yes. Yeah, sure. Gosh.
There you go. So the
And
Italian
what's-
influence, very strong.
What were those names again, Jamie? Just run them by me one more time, if you would.
I don't think I'm able to say any more poorly
no.
attempted Italian names. It's not fair on anyone, particularly me, but most particularly any Italians.
The
listening.
Italians,
Sorry.
yes, exactly.